Hi there, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks. And this is the long-awaited, long-term review of the Xiaomi Mi10T Pro 5G. That's quite the mouthful, I'll say that again. It's the Xiaomi Mi10T Pro 5G. This is a smartphone I purchased in late 2020. And it was part of the whole category of not quite flagships, but amazing smartphones. And we've already reviewed devices such as the Google Pixel 5, the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, and the iPhone 12 in the same vein. The Xiaomi Mi10T Pro 5G was the last of its generation in terms of branding. As of 2021, the range has simplified to being just the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G. So yes, it's a bit simpler, but it's still a mouthful. What does the T range in a Xiaomi branding exercise mean? It means that it's the slightly later in the year iteration of the product that carries a lot of the same value, but then cuts out a few things to make it more affordable. In the case of the Xiaomi Mi10T Pro 5G, it takes the excellent base of the Xiaomi Mi 10 5G and uses all the basic components, but leaves out a few things to give you an amazing value for money smartphone. So in this case, you get a flagship chipset, flagship storage, flagship memory. You get everything you would expect. In this case, it's a Snapdragon 865 chipset, the top of the range from 2020. You get 8 GB of RAM, in my case 128 GB of storage that can go all the way up to 512, depending on which model you buy, and you get a 5000 mAh battery. So overall, performance is very, very good. The Xiaomi Mi10T Pro 5G uses Xiaomi's super fast charging. That's 33 watt fast charging with an orange cable. That means that the 5000 mAh battery can be fully charged in just over an hour. And more importantly, you get more than 50% charge from empty in less than 30 minutes. This feature does change the way you use your smartphone. The screen is not an OLED screen. In this case, it's an LCD, but it's a 144 Hz refresh rate LCD panel. That means that you get very high refresh rate, which makes everything look and feel buttery smooth. The Xiaomi Mi10T Pro 5G is an excellent smartphone. It feels premium to hold, being a glass sandwich with a glass back and reinforced glass front. It has a really good bit of heft to it due to the weight of the components and an aluminium frame. I really enjoy the Xiaomi Mi10T Pro 5G. It's been one of those devices that I've been using on and off as my primary device, depending on the conditions, mainly because of decent battery life, but outstanding camera performance. When I say outstanding camera performance, that's due to an amazing main sensor. The primary sensor on the back of the device is a 108 megapixel one. But don't worry, the file size it saves is not that big. By default, it does pixel binning, so it takes every 4 pixels to give you a lot of light captured in one. The main sensor in the Xiaomi Mi10T Pro 5G is a 108 megapixel one, similar to devices that Lukesh has reviewed in the past year, such as the Realme 8 Pro and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro. Now, 108 megapixels in of itself isn't a good thing. It has to be tuned with the appropriate lens, and the lens on the Mi10T Pro 5G, in my view, is very good, as well as Xiaomi's MIUI software driving the camera smarts. So overall, I've been really impressed by the camera, and not so much in low light, but in good lighting conditions, the Mi10T Pro 5G is an outstanding camera. And that's one of the reasons that it has been my primary device on and off for about a year. I swap my SIM card in when I need to. One of the really cool things about MIUI and Xiaomi's software is that not only is the camera great, you can then do quite a wide range of editing using Xiaomi's AI on the device itself. One of my favorite features is the sky replacement. which only seems to be available on the higher end Xiaomi devices. So when you take a picture, it will automatically identify the sky in the background and replace that with a series of options, including starry skies and animated backgrounds. Really something worth checking out if you're going to be playing around with one of these smartphones. So the camera is one of the highlights of the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G. Obviously we have the main 108 megapixel sensor we discussed earlier, but there's also a couple of other very good cameras. For example, the 13 megapixel ultra-wide camera really makes it easy to take landscape pictures or make cats look like giants. And the other one usually is something that we call a sticker camera, something just there to make the specs look good. But on the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G, the macro camera is actually quite good. It's a 5 megapixel unit with autofocus. I think the autofocus is a key thing that makes it really useful. So you can get really up close to things and take pictures of them. Now, the Mi 10T Pro 5G is great in practically everything. There's a few things that it had to cut back on. Obviously, it doesn't have a curved screen like the original Xiaomi Mi 10, but that is, in my view, a plus. Curved screens are slightly less practical, and I think that having a flat screen, even though gently curved at the edges, is a great thing. The other thing it cuts out on is wireless charging. The Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G does not have that option. But I'm okay with that. With fast charging, you do away with the need for it. Also, the camera bump is quite noticeable if you're not using a case with it. In my situation, I always use cases with my smartphones. So do check out the other case videos that we did for the Mi 10T Pro 5G on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel. In all the basics, the Mi 10T Pro 5G excels. It handles photo editing and video editing very well too, thanks to that Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset. And in terms of speakers, it is very loud when used in normal use. I have to say, I do also enjoy the fact that the Mi 10T Pro 5G has an infrared blaster built into the top of it. And it is something that we used on our recent road trip to England. The fingerprint scanner on the Mi 10T Pro 5G is side-mounted. This is part of the industrial language that Xiaomi has been using for just over a year now, and the Mi 10T Pro 5G implements the fingerprint scanner really well. It's fast, it's responsive, and it's tactile. That's pretty much everything you're looking for in a fingerprint scanner. The Mi 10T Pro 5G came with a screen protector out of the box, and that lovely screen is something you'll want to look after. The full high definition plus is more than enough to watch most streaming services, and the color reproduction is vivid, and the fast refresh rate makes the interactions with games and with scrolling quickly really good. Overall, I think the Mi 10T Pro 5G is an excellent smartphone, which undercuts all the competition in terms of price, but delivers 90% of the phone that you'd be buying if you were spending around about £1,000. Really good product here from Xiaomi. Let's hope they keep up that pace in the years to come. I'm so impressed by the Mi 10T Pro 5G, I pre-ordered the Mi 11, now the Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G, which we'll be having on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel soon. Expect a comparison between the Xiaomi Mi 10T Pro 5G and the soon-to-be-released Xiaomi 11T Pro 5G. I'm starting to get all these Xiaomi namings really mixed up. We hope you've enjoyed this quick review of the Mi 10T Pro 5G by Xiaomi. If you have any further questions or would like to know more from us, please do leave a comment in the section below. And if you'd like to see more content from us, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. But for now, thanks for watching and goodbye from me. The device Lukash reviewed from Realme. Vala, hey, Vala, what you doing? She's just being annoying. Vala. She wants attention, sorry.